Welcome to the whitest house. Slave souls haunt the halls when the light is out. Except the blood of the poor and the way they mouth. The last gas of a world that is dying out. Welcome to the whitest house, where every room is a tomb that they lie about. Where you can put your filthy feet on the finest couch, and for the right amount, you can even buy it out.
The essence of your entire political identity. You might be a white supremacist.
Yeah,
Are we ready to go?
Let's go.
Hey, welcome back. This week in White Supremacy, we are here. We are live. We are ready to get started.
We're live, but not like they won't know.
We're live like in person. You know what I'm saying?
Like we're
live. Yeah. More life.
More. Yeah, we're not zombies.
We're alive.
We're alive for right now.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
And we're ready to discuss this week in white supremacy. We're ready to,
just like we do every week.
Yeah, just like we do every week. So my name is Jasiri X. I am the co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media, and to my immediate right. Indeed.
I love it. Gesticulation. I love it.
Yes.
I have a no appointment later, so I'm back at it next week.
Let's get it.
It's your girl, Miracle, here, turned up, ready to go, and
All
chilling.
Right. Turned up, ready to go. And
You know what I'm saying? It's your
my brother.
boy, Treble Endless. Endless opportunity. You feel me?
I like that.
Endless,
Flip on it.
potential. You know what I'm saying? Never liked supremacy.
Yes.
Nature, love, shy.
Yes.
All of that good stuff.
And rocking your own.
Yes.
Your own
Reject.
swag. The Reject
I almost
joint.
forgot. Thanks for
Yes,
putting that out.
absolutely. Reject sweatsuit. And speaking of rocking, I don't know. I can't see.
Yeah.
Who is behind this?
See,
Don't
that's,
even
that's
lie
the
to
thing.
him.
No one. I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. It's the Velvet Voice villain, right? It is the MAGA Muslim, right? Trying to complete my MAGA Morphosis.
Wow.
And you came with the West Virginia camo today, bro.
I wanted to blend in. I didn't want anybody to be able to see me because I feel like being incognito today.
Is that it, or is it because some of your brethren are getting some long sentences right now?
I don't know, man. Them niggas
You trying to hide out from the feds?
Listen, catch me duck low. I roll low from state to state. Them niggas is. Woo, they about to start singing.
They are singing, and just I guess breaking the news yesterday.
Breaking news yesterday. You know what? I love how they're trying to make the Proud Boys seem like this inclusive group because they keep putting this brown person as like the center of he's the mastermind.
Right.
It's like we're not racist. We're inclusive. Look, we have a scapegoat nigga.
Right. We've always said since the show began like that. Non-black people practice white supremacy all the time.
All the
you know
time.
What I'm saying?
Todos siempre.
Black people celebrate. Come on, you got Herschel Walker. It's mad.
But to be fair, one of Herschel Walker's personalities is a white man.
That's not cool. Is it? Oh, that was June. I was going to say, is it May? May was mental health.
We're past that.
Yes. Oh, we're past that.
I'm fired up. I'm here for the jokes today.
So Henry Enrique Terrio, is that his name?
Remember Terrio?
I remember. I was just watching a video of Terrio yesterday.
Ooh.
Well, not that Terrio. This is a different Terrio. He was he's the former longtime chairman of the Proud Boys. He was indicted as well as 4 other Proud Boys of seditious conspiracy, right?
Who picked this photo of him?
I guess maybe that was his it says Reuters. So
he's only 38.
That's his Proud Boy swag. He does look mad older.
Yeah, he looks at least 53. This man lived a rugged life.
A life of white supremacy. Yeah,
will drain you. It's like if you're a Sith,
100%.
Like if you go to the dark side, it just pulls all the color out of your
takes
skin.
all of your youth away from
man.
you. That
Jesus
hatred,
Christ, bro.
That hatred built up in you. And and he's done. And it's wild because this is somebody, by all accounts, who should have been arrested a long time ago, right? You had the Proud Boys were running up in D.C. People were getting stabbed. They were burning Black Lives Matter signs. They were doing all of this stuff. But the charge, I think, is what, is the headline grabber, right? Because they were charged with seditious conspiracy. And this is one of those things, Miracle. I'm coming to you, Miracle, as our legal analysis. or analyst, my fault. You know, we wanted like this conspiracy charge, right? I wanted every white person and black, brown, whoever, every person that stormed the Capitol, I wanted them all under one RICO and to just start at 20 years and just keep going up. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I wanted. But, you know, this is a seditious conspiracy charge, conspiracy and really conspiracy to overthrow the government of the United States. Is this a win for me? Is this a
For you personally, kind of, but
now we don't know if any of these 5 had anything to do with anything being put on the walls in the Capitol. We don't know that.
We don't know if these 5 shit on the wall, but what we can tell you definitively is that somebody indeed did shit on the walls of the Capitol.
But we don't know if it was those 5.
We don't know if it was those 5, but I'm sure somebody could take DNA evidence. Just go with like a Q-tip, swab the wall, swab the cheek.
I don't know if they even did. They should have, but miracle. Seditious conspiracy.
Conspiracy to overthrow the government.
Yes.
Yeah. But I do know that one of the guys is actually cooperating with the government.
Yes.
So I'm not really sure why they are charging him unless he like walked back on his deal or something.
Okay.
But yeah, there could be some conspiracy. I don't think he'll get the death penalty because, again, being a traitor to the country, it is punishable by death. I'm pretty sure it's a couple of years or whatever. But yeah, that's what he has. It's only 5 people out of the hundreds, even though that lady was having a revolution storming the Capitol.
I mean,
but we'll see.
And it'll be, you know, and like you said, it's seditious conspiracies punishable up to 20 years in prison. It said that they were charged with, quote, opposing the lawful transfer of presidential power by force. It should be almost like a minimum of 20 years. I mean, in my opinion, it said they were coordinating movements of as many as 300 people in the Capitol that day, fomenting and spearheading a riot that stormed the Capitol. It would be interesting to see if, one, like you said, people are cooperating. Well, actually, one other person did get a seditious conspiracy charge, who's the head of the Oath Keepers. So the Oath Keeper guy, and it seems like they're, I guess, maybe trying to dismantle some of these groups, the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys, and kind of allowing these just random white people that went up there as like with a smack on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? They all should be charged with seditious conspiracy as far as I'm concerned.
You know how if you get caught with a gun, they'll give you like a year per bullet.
Yes.
What they should do with these people is charge them with a year of the number of the president. So what president is Biden? 46?
Yes.
So they 46 should be the minimum.
Yes. I agree. I think that would be dope.
That should be the minimum. Like 46 years minimum, and then we go.
I just want to reiterate, we're moving toward an abolition base.
Right.
Except
it's
contingent. It's conditional.
Except for them. That's my thing. Yes. 100%. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because I want to see these motherfuckers
guys.
under the jail forever and a day.
I think that takes us pretty far away from our abolitionist goal.
But you know what? Fuck it.
Well, I mean, I think, and you know, what's interesting about this is, and that's my thing. You know, when I look at, we're seeing RICO, black people being hit with RICOs all over the country right now, right? We're seeing
free the man them, free up the man them, free up Young Thug, free up Gunna, free up all that man.
Whether from high profile rappers to where, I mean, we saw the RICO used here. In Pittsburgh.
Against law, yeah.
Yeah. And so like when you see such a coordinated move, and this is, I guess, how I feel like, you know, because they act like there's no white privilege, white supremacy. It's like, but clearly there has to be. If it was such a coordinated move and like you're giving people these like smacks or like assaulting an officer and people are getting like 3 years, that's so mind blowing to me because when it comes to black people, particularly even when we get federally indicted, it's all of these enhancements that are put on our sentencing to then extend that sentence out. And so, yes, I believe in abolition, particularly for black and brown people that have been historically mass incarcerated in this country. But it's like for such a egregious, it's all on tape. It wasn't like this was a secret thing. The planning was on tape. They were so And that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if at some point one of these people are going to talk about Marjorie Greene's involvement. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump's involvement, some of the people around him involvement. That's what I want to know.
So you mentioned enhancements, and I feel like it should be as New York laws and LA laws have gang enhancements. What's like if you have quote unquote gang affiliations and you're arrested for something,
right?
They like 15 years on. I feel like if you have these affiliations with Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, if they go through your search history and they find out that you were on these profile, like these, you know what I mean?
Like a lot of these police officers, right?
Yes, then that should come with an enhancement right there. It's like 100%. Okay, because you are a violent terrorist at this point.
Right.
And we have to treat you like it.
Absolutely. Like a white supremacist, because I mean, we're looking at, when you look at like quote unquote terrorism in the United States, a lot of it is done by,
it's all done by
these white supremacist terrorists. So it should be enhanced, but it is going to be wild when you think about like this guy, and I don't know what his ethnicity is. He's something, right? He ain't Enrique.
Oh, he's actually Afro-Cuban. That's how he identifies.
Okay, so it'd be interesting because you see him. You saw what's the little Sammy Davis Jr. looking guy?
Boing boing boing.
Ali, is it Ali Alexander? So it will be wild, like when we will finally get everybody indicted, to see like it's probably going to be like these black and brown white supremacists that get like the longest sentences. I mean, by all accounts,
is this like the Rainbow Coalition in reverse?
But no, it's like, even if you're a white supremacist, right? If you black and brown, you're still going to get, because they're calling him, okay, 5 people got arrested. Who's on the cover?
Right, yeah. And that's what I said. Like, they're making him the poster child.
The person of color.
He is the poster child of this.
And they call him the leader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like,
can we even, is he actually the leader? Or is this what the media is saying?
100%. We don't even know. But if they're calling him the leader and his picture on it, more than likely he's going to get the longest amount of time in connection to this. And it just goes to show, like, it don't even matter, man. Like, whatever you down with, if you're a black and brown and you get caught up in it, you are going to get the longest sentence when it comes to this. Well, apparently this is called shockwaves to some other white supremacists, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And there's a representative, Louis, is it Gohmert?
Like Gomer Powell?
Maybe.
Full Metal Jacket?
From Texas. And, he was responding to, there's a couple of people in Trump's inner circle that have been indicted because they're defying subpoenas from the January 6th committee. So that, Congress has a January 6th committee, and that committee has subpoena power. And, what was the guy who has the radio show that was talking about chopping off people's heads and putting them on the White House?
Alex Jones?
No. He was a Trump.
Tucker Carlson?
They're all the same.
It's all the same. Sean Hannity?
No, he was a Trump. He was like
Don Imus?
He was in his group. He was in like Trump's cabinet for a while, but he was like a super white supremacist. He's
the man
Roger Stone?
No, that's another one though, but he's similar.
The fact that we're coming up all these names,
all of these,
there's clearly a common denominator.
Stephen Miller.
What?
Stephen Miller?
No, not Stephen Miller.
Jesus Christ, bro!
I got it. But I forget his name. But he ignored.
Bannon.
Steve Bannon.
Oh, Steve Bannon. There we go. Steve Bannon.
Yes. Remember, it was Steve Bannon who was saying if Trump wins the White House again, he should
heads on pikes.
Yes,
Game of Thrones style.
Oh my God. So all of these people are indicted because they have refused, and it's like, well, why are you refusing to meet with the January 6th committee? And so, according to Representative Gohmert, there's a reason that they don't want to meet with the committee.
Everybody prepare for this truth bomb. He's about to drop.
If you're a Republican, you can't even lie to Congress or lie to an FBI agent, or they're coming after you. They're going to bury you. They're going to put you in the D.C. jail and terrorize and torture you and not live up to the Constitution there.
I mean, that kind of sounds like what they do to black people
no,
all the time.
DC jail.
DC jail.
No, Miracle.
Yeah, you can't.
I assumed
that perjury was a thing,
that you could lie to Congress or the FBI. But is this a new thing, Miracle? Is this a new law?
Apparently, when your privilege is being revoked, yes, it is. Traditionally, you cannot lie to law enforcement, at all. And if you're being questioned, and you've been sworn in under oath, that's perjury.
Yes,
you've always been able to.
You know
go
who
to
didn't
jail.
perjure themselves?
Who?
And who didn't snitch?
Who?
Martha Stewart.
And Lil Kim.
And Lil Kim. They both took. They was like, you know what?
Man.
Give me it. I'll do it.
Yes,
I'll sit that down.
And Bobby.
Who?
Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda.
Oh yeah,
man. Yo,
yeah.
come on.
Shout out to my.
come on.
So it does say federal law. It says federal law makes it a crime to knowingly and willingly give materially false statements to Congress, even if unsworn, which is perjury, right? You know what I'm saying? And it also is against the law to lie to the FBI. It carries a penalty of up to 5 years in prison.
It's kind of funny because, again, when you think about organizing, and I think maybe like 40 years we'll find out that these organizers were actually like CIA agents or something.
Possibly, yeah.
But anytime you commit a crime in D.C., it's automatically federal violations because D.C. is not a state.
It's a territory, right?
Yeah. And it's not a state because Republicans refuse to vote in as a state.
Because there's so many black people there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's quite hilarious that these individuals are very upset about many of these federal charges.
Absolutely.
But they actually have the power to change it and refuse to.
Yeah, and I think it is wild that like you said, it's that privilege, right? Like, I can no longer just lie to Congress or lie to the FBI or lie. Like, I mean, you're saying it as if that's what you have been doing, right? Like, man, I've been doing this my whole career, all the time that I've been.
Now you're trying to tell me there's a rule against it?
Now I can't
Since
lie?
when?
Like, why? Because I'm a Republican and they're going to bury you and put you in a jail. And it's like, welcome to the world of black people, right? When we don't even lie, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to being targeted, you know what I'm saying? Being they're basically talking about quote unquote profiling, but then when we talk about profiling, being racially profiled, it's like, oh no, that doesn't exist. What's the first thing they'll say to us? Anytime any black person is killed by the police that has done anything, he should have just obeyed the law.
Dig into the criminal record.
He should have just listened to what the police said.
Should have complied.
If he just complied, and it's like, well, why did you lie? If you had just complied, maybe you wouldn't be terrorized and tortured in the D.C. jail. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know, I'm going to go there.
The D.C. jail.
Where they bury you inside of the D.C. jail.
Strip away your constitutional rights.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it's interesting because there has been a lot of, obviously we've had a lot of mass shootings. I mean, it's like, that's just, it's almost like American. It's like apple pie.
Baseball,
4th of July, baseball, hot dogs,
mass shootings.
Mass shootings.
Yeah,
you know
that's
like
the quintessential American weekend.
Yes, that's just an American.
Right.
Right.
I mean, right now, that's like there's baseball happening.
Yeah.
Well, people are celebrating.
Absolutely. Yeah.
People are eating desserts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
People are having fun places.
100%.
And then they're going to those places where they have fun and getting shot.
And getting right. I mean, it was 10 mass shootings over the weekend, and what was interesting is obviously people are wanting Congress, they want the president, they want the Senate.
They want them to do something. If only they could.
I mean,
they only can. They could, man.
They can. However,
do we just have to live with it?
Well, according to a new poll, nearly half of Republicans think that the U.S. just has to live with mass shootings. You know what I'm saying? It says nearly half of Republican voters think the U.S. just has to live. They just get over it, okay? Is that how you got your camouflage on? So
they don't see me and shoot me?
They don't see you. I mean, my God.
Like, first we just have to live with COVID.
Yes. You just got to live with it.
What's the next thing other than that? Nazis?
I mean, white supremacy, but then if we say like Trump lost, hell no, like they refused to. They can't just live with Trump lost, right? No, it's got to be.
We got to live with mass shootings.
We got to live with mass shootings. We got to live with like white supremacy. We got to live with all these things, right?
That is just such a. I mean, we're all people here that kind of live in a barrel because Pittsburgh's really small.
Yes.
Let me just poll everybody here. Has your idea of going out changed since
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Are you kind of weighing your options about like, is it worth going out anymore? Miracle's not, because she's a Sagittarius and they just need to be free.
Well, I think
Sagittarius just need to be out in the world. Goddamn it!
So
I mean, well, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was out this weekend. I was in New York this weekend. And I was with my family, so I had to like tell my children like, hey, like you have to keep your head on a swivel, right? You have to like you can't be, you shouldn't have like your headphones on or AirPods in. Like you gotta really be paying attention, because it's not even like it's everywhere, right?
Yeah,
and sometimes it's in like the most populous places. So like I'm in Times Square,
right?
It's like, okay, I have to pay attention because
you got a high connect rate in Times Square.
100%. If somebody wanted to kill a lot of people, they would go to a place like Times Square. And so it's like you gotta almost, I mean, similarly to in schools where you have this phenomenon of I have to train the child as what to do.
Yeah.
If a mass shooter comes, you really kind of have to have that conversation with your family or loved one when we go out. Like, okay, if it happens, like, where are we going to meet back? Like, if a shooting happens and we get separated, like, let's meet back here. You almost have to have that plan in place, unfortunately. I mean, because that's how we live. You were saying, Miracle? You just out here living life.
Miracle was living with COVID. She gonna live with mass shootings. Miracle don't give a fuck.
Miracle out here living life. Miracle's like, it's pride, yo. I'm out here. I'm out here, man.
Yeah. Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius energy.
I think that, let's talk about this before. I think sometimes growing up in violence, you get a little bit like,
desensitized. Yeah, absolutely.
Just like if it happens, it happens. But yeah, we have like little conversations like, okay, well, this would be like an opportune time for somebody to do something. Like, what's our safety plan? I have a safety plan with my family and stuff.
Yes.
My friends, but not like, I think about, I forgot what her name is, talking about like freedom is no fear. And a part of it is being just like, accepting that this is the world that we live in.
Freedom is no fear, or freedom is KNW or NOW fear.
Oh my God, I can't think of what she was. Oh my God.
Like, to know freedom is to know fear?
No.
Well, I mean, I think that's
having no fear.
That's kind of the Republican philosophy, right?
Hey, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, guys.
I mean,
don't be afraid.
We want a free system. They want every type of gun to everybody to be able to have. I mean, you see these pictures, right, where they're taking pictures with like hundreds of guns on a roof, guns all over the place.
That makes no sense. And this is going to be very sad, but it only takes one shot and all those guns go away.
100%.
And it doesn't make it. That has like. Having a massive amount of guns,
you can't shoot all of them at the same time. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Max only shoot like 2 guns at a time.
Right. Yeah.
So that never made sense to me. But it's just like going out, being with friends. You accept what's going to happen. I think also being like a black woman already, you accept that there's already so much danger and trauma just going outside and living your life. That this is just like, oh, okay, you're gonna get catcalled, you're gonna get harassed, you're gonna get stalked. You may get shot. You may get like, it's just like another just thing is like living life.
You know what? You make such a great point, because it is like, particularly like as like when you're black in America, it's like you just gotta accept. Like I'm gonna encounter racism. I'm encounter white supremacists. I'm gonna probably encounter violence. I'll encounter police harassment. So like
I'm about to say all of those come from the police. Like just that comes from the police.
So living that and like you said, like as a black woman, it's even more things that you have to navigate and deal with. Just to like live life in America. I mean, so you're right in a sense.
Like, I hope if something happens, it's a quick, how Drake talks about. Like, that's where my mindset is. Like, I hope I don't have to like be here by myself, like in pain and watching like.
Well, I mean, it's
medical staff not help me or police staff help me while I'm being shot.
100%.
Stuff like that.
Right. I mean, you just had a situation where like literally like police officers like watched a man drown. Like, watched him. And he's saying, like, I'm drowning.
They were like, nah, nigga.
And they were like, we're not going to jump in and go after you. Even though he was like, help. I'm like, I need help. And it was 3 police officers, and they were like, nah, we not coming in to save you. And he drowned. Right. That's what I'm saying. And he literally drowned. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, I mean, that is a reality like that. We can't even like count on the police to definitely not to save us.
Well, you know why? Because in that same state, the senator or Senate hopeful Blake Masters blamed all mass shootings on black people.
Yeah, there's a guy.
So that man drowned in Arizona.
Blake Masters.
But that's just a racist fucking
That's a
name,
racist
man.
name. Blake Masters. Get out of here with that bullshit.
B Masters.
But what's interesting about that is like,
See, I don't like that name. Like, you know how things like feel racist, but they aren't. That name like feels like his parents knew. It was like, yeah, we know what we're doing with this one. Blake Masters.
So like what's interesting about that is like growing up, I always felt more safe when there is a shooting in my neighborhood than I did about the possibility of a mass shooting when I'm out in public.
Right.
Because I know that shooting in my neighborhood, they're targeting one another.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm just walking, I just gotta make sure I don't catch a stray.
Right.
But if I'm out in public and someone's mass shooting,
Right.
then it's like I could potentially be
Yeah,
one of his targets.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Particularly if it was, you know, the white supremacists who walked into Tops in Buffalo, right? Pointed at the white guy and said, I'm sorry. Like he was looking to kill black people.
And then even when I think about like the solutions, like what if I arm myself? Then it's like, if I use this gun in that situation, knowing how the police target my people, I might end up getting shot by them.
100%. 100.
You know
It's best to just duck down, right? Because like you said, and we've, you know, Miracle talked about it a few weeks ago, right? A black guy like disarmed a mass shooter and then the cops like shot him, right? Because they thought he was the problem. But yeah, Master said Democrats don't actually care about crime, right? Like we do have a gun violence problem in this country and it's gang violence, right? It's gangs. People in Chicago, St. Louis shooting each other very often, you know, black people, frankly, and the Democrats don't even want to do anything about that. So, I mean, that's
a hot take.
But aren't the police a militia though?
I mean, obviously, like the statistics show, like particularly when you talk about mass shootings, that most of the mass shootings are done by white men, right? Yes. Most of, I mean, the dude in Buffalo had a whole white supremacist manifesto,
white men ages
as well
18
as other
to 39.
Yeah. So clearly,
are responsible for 95% of mass shootings,
right? But that's kind of like
the FBI.
Yeah, I mean,
FBI.
But that's how you kind of like, you know, change the conversation, right? Yeah. Oh, the violence, the gun violence problem isn't white people being angry and upset. It's black people in places like Chicago and St. Louis, and you know, it's just black people, frankly. You know what I'm saying?
But like the thing is like, okay, like how many mass shootings happened already in this year? They've killed more people.
It was. I think
the numbers aren't even.
I think it's at like maybe 250, around 250.
So
mass
about
shootings
a mass
this year?
shooting a day.
More than that.
Yeah, more than a mass shooting
more,
a day.
like two a day.
And you're averaging, because to be a mass shooting, over 4 people have to be shot.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're automatically killing more people than are dying in black and brown communities from community violence.
Right.
Try another argument, bro. Like the numbers don't add. The math ain't mathing right there.
I mean, right, obviously,
and then you factor in how many people the police kill daily.
Yeah.
What's that?
Somebody got some.
Someone got some porn music.
Not me.
Some slow.
Oh shit, my bad.
Slow listen. I don't know
how that happened.
Whoa! Next level sounds.
No, listen, it was like, music. It was just music. I didn't know that was me though. I don't know how that happened.
the background soundtrack.
Man,
woo! My videos don't have that music.
Oh, your videos straight to it.
Here, knock at the door. Does somebody order a sausage pizza?
Well, see, hey. It's wild because according according to this Republican senator, that's the damn problem with mass shootings, right?
Yeah.
What's causing mass shootings is
I noticed that too, bro. I noticed that too.
We stopped teaching values in so many of our schools. Now we're teaching wokeness.
Whoa.
We're indoctrinating our children with things like CRT. Wait a second.
How we blame? Like how?
Always
we
back
can't
to the
even.
blacks.
We're getting blamed for white people killing white people now. Like, what the fuck? Came right back my nigga. How? Like, how are you blaming me for you killing you?
I mean, and there's the thing, it's like CRT, that came out like last year. Like, what are you talking about? It's been mass shootings. You know what I'm saying? CRT was a problem in Columbine like 20 years ago.
I guess, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Telling some children they're not equal to others and they're the cause of other people's problems. I think CRT has been going on under the radar for quite some time. Wokeness has been, liberal indoctrination has been, and this is a much larger issue than when a simple new gun law it's not gonna solve it.
Why does this keep happening?
Oh shit! We got another.
My shit is
scene 2.
I don't know why this is happening.
Hey,
This is
Automatic play.
that's that wokeness on your computer, man. Messing it up.
The automatic play.
Oh, that's the automatic play. That's how you-
Trevor's playlist is
bro. It's Krongbin, bro. Shout out to Krongbin. Their music is
Okay.
amazing.
next level seduction.
Woo!
Oh man.
So any other comments?
Is this what your playlist sounds like?
Mine? Nah. Nah.
He got that MAGA heavy metal playlist.
You got some Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle.
You got Kid Rock. You got Kid Rock.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate Kid Rock.
Tell me Kid Rock ain't rocking that shirt. No. Tell me Kid Rock only got 5 of those in his closet right now.
Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent. I'm about to say Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent just goes in his backyard and shoots whatever he wants and wears it.
I'm just
Oh,
letting you
Lord have
know
mercy.
when he introduces Oz.
Oh, yes,
At
yes.
the local rally.
Listen, I'm going to introduce him as Oz the Great and Powerful. That's how I'm going to introduce him, man. He'll come from behind the screen and everything.
He's going to have like a whole camel fit, and I just think we need to process it.
I mean, you do have a kind of like a fit for the Country Music Awards. I think you do have.
If only I was allowed to have my Confederate flag. It's way. What's it called? Is it called the Union Jack?
I have
Stars
no
and
idea.
stars and bars, right?
I have
The stars
no
and bars.
idea.
If only I had the stars and bars, and I could just wave that, right?
It is wild.
Play
that
like
they-
a Shania Twain song or something.
I mean, I think you know, like your audience is racist if you have to ban the Confederate. Like you have to say,
why do that though? Because you know your audience. It's like, who are you trying to make it more inclusive for? Like, I don't want to go to the country music.
I mean,
awards.
obviously, remember the last
Anthony
time?
Mackie
Remember
went and
the white guy got really mad. Like, why are these black people?
not Soul Train.
What?
You guys have hip hop. Why are you here?
Yeah.
This isn't Wakanda. What is this? It's like it's Country Music Awards. You know what I'm saying? But yes, they said a list of prohibited items at the Country Music Award Fest in Nashville: drugs, bikes,
No methamphetamine.
drones, and any Confederate flag imagery of any kind. So you know there's going to be some country music person or a group that are going to come with a Confederate flag and try to challenge this shit. You know that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Morgan Wallen.
I mean, you know, he probably
Who
would
did
be.
he just get co-signed by? Did he?
I don't know.
Did he
It's
just
always
go-
one of y'all.
It's
It's always one of y'all.
You know, I've been thinking about this because I seen this yesterday, right? And this, I guess, is another poll for everybody.
Okay.
You know, one of the things that it isn't racist, but it feels like it. You know, when like the super hipster type white people get like blacked out tattoos, like entire portions of their skin black. Have you ever seen that?
I have.
Like that feels wild racist to me. Is it?
You mean the tribal tattoos?
No, it's just like you get a whole entire portion of your body black.
that is a
Just-
tribal.
Oh, that's a tribal tattoo.
That's tribal?
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
for tribes that they are not a part of.
Yeah, I mean, that
yeah.
also is problematic. But I'm just like,
Like
you
the-
are
is it
changing your
Maori?
entire skin color.
The
The Maori in New Zealand.
Ah, yeah.
But I didn't know that was indicative of their tribe. But like to me, that
some
just seems
people-
like
some
wild
others.
racist to have like you're white and then you're just gonna make part of yourself or your entire body black because you can. That just feels wrong to me. I don't know.
Well,
It's
but I seen
wrong,
one
but
of
it-
the people here do that shit, and I was like,
But it's
don't like
also
that.
like people have messed up their tattoos.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
people and
Put
that
a
you
name on there, and you got to try to
there's
cover it up. You know what I mean?
creative artists where you could do something.
There
besides,
probably is.
You know what I mean?
or maybe
Or maybe. Uh-oh.
they're just along the number of white people that have exploited native tribes.
Oh man.
Speaking of tribes,
Speaking of tribal things, this is some of the wildest shit.
This story is wild.
This
That-
is wild.
I couldn't even. I mean, I guess this is capitalism in full effect. Like this is the exact practice of capitalism.
And this is the headline, right? Lakota elders helped a white man preserve their language. Then he tried to sell it back to I'm sorry, it's not funny. He tried to sell it back to them You know what I'm saying? And so like this is and shout out to there's a indigenous brother
Talk
Ray.
About a penny for your thoughts.
Ray, oh my God, Ray, and this is Standing Rock, which is kind of wild. The indigenous brother is named Ray Taken Alive.
Which
that's
is a
his
fucking
name.
Hard.
Yeah,
name.
that's a crazy name.
That's an ill handle, bro. Like,
and so they actually banished this So this white guy, let me find his name. What's his name? Wilhelm Mayer. So Wilhelm Mayer,
Wilhelm. Wilhelm.
He started the Lakota Language Consortium to basically, you know, in his words, he was
profit off these.
to steal the Lakota language,
these red niggas,
and sell it back to them. But you know, he comes along like, this is my nonprofit. I'm helping to save the language.
We ain't gonna stay nonprofit for long after this.
Well, you know, it's wild because you know he's got, you know, according to the article, you know, several $1 million worth of grants, federal grants to do this.
He basically did Christopher Columbus Part 2.
100%.
Like he like rediscovered this language. He's like, you know what? I have the Lakota language.
But it's right. It's because it's one thing to say I'm going to help preserve this language. That's a beautiful thing, like right? Yeah. Because like you maybe are a linguist or you maybe have an academic training, and you say I want to go and I want to help the Lakota people preserve their language, and you know it's passed down from elders, and I want to get. So he's interviewing the elders.
He's playing the long game.
He's getting all the information, and then you know, lo and behold, what Taken Alive found out was he copyrighted the language material. Like, how do you go someplace that's not yours? And then you take this. He's like, yo, can I get
You act like there's not a blueprint for that.
Right, like, why are you shocked? Let's be honest.
You act like that's not how America was found. Nigga, he literally came here and was like, nice place, nigga.
No,
and just put his feet up on the couch. Fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck your couch.
I believe it's in the Philippines and Hawaii.
Yeah.
This white lady went and she learned how they use like banana leaves to do sewing, and she copyrighted it, so now they can't use it in like the Philippines and Hawaii.
No,
the people do this all the time, but also how many?
Look what they did with the Juneteenth salad.
We're going to get into that.
No. But how many times have you seen universities do these storytelling initiatives?
True.
Where they bring elders out and they say, oh, you get a pass. You get this library pass.
Yeah.
You know, to come and see your story, but you could never tell your story again.
Yeah.
because Pitt owns it or CMU owns
it.
Owns the bones of your family, or, you know what I mean?
All this stuff.
Right.
Seriously, Harvard and Pitt still have all of these bones.
University of Pennsylvania.
And black people. So this is nothing new. They do this all the time.
They do this all the time.
But what's very insidious about the indigenous folks is in the United States, we literally criminalize indigenous folks for speaking their language 100%. And learning their language and writing it down. And so the reason he's able to do this project is basically because of white supremacy.
Right.
And then we look and we're laughing, but right here in Michigan, they just said you couldn't have dictionaries that were Spanish and Swahili.
What?
You know, because these are obsolete languages. And so we really
Spanish
criminalize.
is an obsolete language.
We criminalize
the most spoken language in North America.
European languages. And then we allow people to benefit and profit off of it. And this is why we talk about colonizers, enslavers, and their descendants carrying on white supremacy.
He's the Elon Musk of language.
Listen, but academia teaches you to do this. This is how white supremacy is pushed in academia, because why did he get grants to do this and not the indigenous folks themselves?
Right. It says Michigan prisons ban Spanish and Swahili dictionaries to prevent inmate disruptions.
So they can't communicate with each other.
Because they're obsolete languages.
Spanish? How?
Because it's not white.
Oh my God.
It's not English.
Yes.
I remember I worked with this man one time when I worked at this call center when I was still like, you know, kind of younger. And he got so upset that he had to press 2 for Spanish. It was like, nigga, it's not like we're telling you to press 9 for English. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, English is still the first option.
Yes.
But the fact that you have to press
another option for Spanish.
Nothing overtook English. You know what I mean? It's just like that's such a fucking wild.
Yeah, it's just wild because they're saying that Wilhelm. They're saying that he broke agreements with the tribe. They actually banned, like, the Lakota Council banned them from their tribal land. You know what I'm saying? Like, they voted nearly unanimously to banish the Lakota Language Consortium from their land. They said he broke agreements on how to use recordings, language materials, and historical records, or use them without permission. But the idea that, like, you're Lakota and you have to go to this white guy and, like, get permission or pay to utilize your own leg. I mean, it's
that's how this works.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you said. It's probably the most American, story that we have. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
And peep this: they said just because money is involved in it does not inherently make it an evil thing.
Yeah,
but I think that's another thing. I mean, you're talking about, when you talk about these indigenous tribes, you're talking about places that are very poor. Some of the poorest places in the United States are these indigenous tribes, and you're making $200,000. You're getting $4 to $5 million worth of grants money to do this, and the fact that, like, that isn't, like, you're not doing this in concert with the actual tribe. Like, you could go in and say, okay, it makes sense for us to copyright this, but I don't want to own the copyright. I would like the copyright to go to you as the Lakota elders, and I want you as the tribal council and the tribe to actually profit and benefit off of this. I mean, Wilhelm could have did that, but then that would have made him, I guess he would have been indigenous at that point, and he's white. So he's gonna go ahead.
I mean, but kind of like Miracle was saying, like, we've seen this happen as recently as, like, when hip hop first came out and white people were trying to codify the language and break down the slang, put it in after school specials and everything like that. You know what I mean? Reach out to these black and urban demographics using our language. They put it in the advertisement companies. They put it in all these different ways. So this is, like Miracle said, this is as American as mass shootings.
And the thing about it, like, because you had mentioned Juneteenth, like when we had talked about the Juneteenth ice cream, one of the small parts of that story that we missed. But one of the small parts was that same Walmart company tried to copyright the word Juneteenth.
Let my people go.
Yes, Trouble. They tried to copyright
Let
the
my
word
people go.
Juneteenth. And so it's just like, hold on, wait a second. You know what I'm saying? And so when the controversy came out about the ice cream, they ended up pulling that copyright. But, I guess people are still trying to figure out how to do this Juneteenth. Apparently in Indianapolis.
Did you know?
They decided.
I got something for you, though. I have a Juneteenth fact for all of you.
Okay.
And all of the viewers at home. Do you know what they call watermelon?
What, Juneteenth?
No. What white people call watermelon in slavery times and even today.
Was it like, what was it?
Nigga apples.
Yes, I have heard of that. Does that make your MAGA soul happy?
The way he laughed,
he does.
We've already lost him.
We lost him. We lost
Nigga
him.
Apples, man.
We lost him. You know what I'm saying? He's
Nigga
gone.
Apples.
He is gone. The MAGA Morphosis is almost complete.
Give me some of that MAGA melon.
Would you like a watermelon salad? Well, so apparently the Children's Museum of Indianapolis has come under fire for offering a prepackaged watermelon salad.
And it sounds like this is actually a good idea.
That salad is fire. Have you ever had like a watermelon? Okay,
like, that's a real thing.
That's a real thing. I've never in my life heard of a watermelon salad.
I've had like watermelon mint, like watermelon and mint things. So like basil and watermelon probably is not a bad idea.
But do you think they should like refer to it as the Juneteenth watermelon salad?
In May, like a watermelon May salad, a spring salad.
I mean, what? The Juneteenth, but you think of you like you a good watermelon salad.
Why are you saying like that?
Miracle love them nigga apples. Miracle love them nigga apples.
Salt and
oh, come on.
A little tahini? Oh, yes.
Well,
take your country ass out of here.
Well, apparently, Trouble, you find them in the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, and they're only available during Juneteenth.
Keep talking over her, please, because I don't want to hear any justification for this bullshit.
What?
So I don't know. That sounds like violence against black
that's
women.
like, you know,
it's disgusting.
That's like a Southern thing.
Yeah,
like,
that doesn't mean it's good.
That's like Mexico when you get the
chili. Chili is fine.
But he will do a taste test again. First, yes.
No.
Oh my God.
So what? Do we gotta try potato salad with raisins?
Absolutely.
We can put all the food things we've talked about.
But I'll tell you what though, Miracle did put me on to one thing I was legitimately impressed by. Grits.
Oh yeah,
well, she had she gave me
sugar in them.
No,
absolutely not.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
You put salt on melon, but that's where you draw the line. Sugar and grits.
Sugar on your grits. You put salt and butter.
You've never had grits before?
I didn't like them when I had them.
Oh, okay. So you got some new grits.
But I got new
dirty grits.
Oh, okay.
Yo, listen, whatever she
had, because instead of shrimp.
Yeah,
fucking insane, bro. I was like, yo, what is this? This is unreal.
So, the museum issued an apology. They said, as a museum, we apologize and acknowledge the negative impact that stereotypes have on communities.
Not for owning human beings' bones.
The salad,
but for nigga apple salad.
The salad has been removed from the menu.
They're gonna
repackage it and call it something else.
They just call it a watermelon salad.
Why does it have to be Juneteenth?
Here's the thing: black people do not want fried chicken or watermelon.
Yes.
During Juneteenth.
Yeah,
any other time, just put it in your menu any other day.
Yes, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
But don't do it specifically for black people.
100%. Yeah, don't do it. They said the team that made this selection included their staff members who based this food choice on their own family traditions. Ain't nobody in your family eating no watermelon salad. Get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Though, for real.
Oh, the watermelon salad's hitting, and then we have to try the watermelon with salt.
So where can we find a good watermelon salad?
I make it myself. I don't know where people.
Yo, why the fuck did I just get an email
from Oz?
No.
He is on their belly.
Hold up. What does that say? What's the first unread email say?
Watermelon is here. Watermelon is here. They heard you talking, man. They heard us talking, bro. You know how to.
That's creepy.
You know how the internet go,
creepy.
Oh my days,
bruv.
But y'all eat pickles with mint, and you're mad at me.
I don't eat that.
Y'all.
No,
and you're mad at me.
Okay, so
don't put me in that category.
Don't try to disrespect a Southside Chicago tradition, Miracle. Okay,
first of all,
don't try to disrespect. So I don't know if you know this, Trevor. On the South Side of Chicago, hot pickles, like the tradition is, you got yourself a hot pickle.
This is fucking disgusting.
And you would take a candy cane.
Oh, that shit.
And you would put it in the middle of the hot pickle.
It's actually good too.
That's the South Side of Chicago. That's good shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I mean,
it's the salty and the sweet.
That's like taking the that's like, you know, they would take the hot Cheetos, and then you pour the nacho cheese inside the hot Cheeto bag. That's just some Southside shit. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
you with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's still in the same area of savory.
So one show we're gonna have our food show. We're gonna have the hot pickle.
Better than a perfectly ripened fruit. Adding a pinch of salt actually amplifies the natural flavor.
You know what's better? The fruit, untouched.
She done went to the recipe
version of itself.
I don't need.
She went to Salt Bay's page.
Sprinkling a pinch of salt to unripened fruit could actually reduce its bitterness. So don't hate.
You know what that sound like? That sound like a justification for diabetes and high blood pressure.
I was thinking
that's exactly what that says. That says, you know what?
Hypertension.
Yeah, that sounds like
when you talk about food, y'all already go back to diseases. That sounds anti-black to me.
I mean, is it anti-black? I don't know. I think Dr. Sebi would have to beg to differ.
First of all, Dr. Sebi said one of those couldn't have seeds.
You know, how didn't we not? How wasn't this the number one topic on the show today?
What, the
Dr. Umar in the mall? Did you see?
Wait, I don't.
They caught Dr. Umar talking to a white woman.
How did we get 40 minutes into the show without talking about Dr. Umar?
He said that non-African woman, I was patronizing her. He called her a non-African.
Dr. Umar was in the mall.
Dr. Umar
get
was
his
living
flirt
out
on,
his BBC fantasies, man. He was like, listen.
He was playing that Trouble playlist, brother. He was it was in the mall. It was just a video that went viral, and I don't know why. Yeah, we definitely should have talked about that.
Dr. Umar is a wild nigga.
That's your
He is a wild. I mean, you said Dr. Sebi. I don't know. Somehow that made me think of Dr. Umar in the mall. With
I forgot all about that.
Did we want to
food shame me? I will not tolerate.
Did we want to talk about? I mean, because we talked about.
You probably like chocolate and mint together, don't you?
It's delicious.
I mean, that's not.
Yeah, I'm not a big
It's just like chocolate toothpaste. Just have chocolate toothpaste, my nigga.
I'm not that big.
Like, a little bit different.
Mint.
No, it's not
dark chocolate and mint.
Just dark chocolate, but like you probably like York peppermint patties.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I really don't like York peppermint, but the Girl Scout Thin Mints, you freeze them.
Oh, ain't nothing like a Thin Mint, bro.
It's not hot pickles.
A Thin Mint is popping,
but it's not good.
Wait, you've never had a Thin Mint?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Oh man, Thin Mints are the man. That's the
truth.
Like,
I don't want chocolate and menthol and mint together.
I can't eat a Thin Mint because then you're gonna eat like all of them. Like you can't just have one Thin Mint. You got to have the whole sleeve.
Just brush your teeth and eat a Hershey's bar. Like it's the same effect.
You can
like
crinkle them up and drop them on your ice cream with a little topping.
Oh, I never tried that.
Or put it in a little milkshake.
Yeah, hey, bro, if we polled the country, the best Girl Scout cookie, Thin Mints, it's not even close.
It's
Samoa's.
It's not even close. Thin Mints is
Samoa's.
What is
I like the shortbread.
I don't even know what that is.
Banging.
Or peanut butter cookie.
Phenomenal.
Oh, I'm not down. So did we want to talk about
those? Are trefoil, right?
Yeah.
Did we want to talk about our brother? You know, we talking about creepy and anti-black. Did we want to talk about our brother in Kentucky? And his noose commercial. He went full Juicy Smollett in his commercial.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about his brother?
I love Charles Booker.
Do you have that queued up to play?
No, we don't even play it.
It's a long because you got to see it. It just hearing it.
You have to see it. Yeah,
he's running for Senate in Kentucky,
and it's like I get it. Like you're trying to cut through the noise. You saw Gary Chambers do the viral, video, but
you ain't paying.
Look at this nigga.
There's nothing. You ain't paying
crazy.
No type of money put a noose around my neck.
No, absolutely not.
I said the same exact thing.
Nothing.
Verbatim.
I'm saying nothing.
You cannot pay me enough.
No. Absolutely not.
I mean, Klan disappeared people in my family. I'm not willingly putting a noose around my neck in any. I don't care what the circumstances is. I don't care what we were claiming.
I won't even let you kill me that way.
No,
you gotta have to work. You got to do something else, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy. That is
fucking
crazy.
Noose, like
stab prison.
Where was his PR team?
I mean, there were those. Like I said,
the ones who did
I think they're like, yo, we need one of these ads that is gonna go viral and gonna da. And so he was like, oh, well, my man smoked a blunt. Like, I'll put a noose around my neck. And it's just like, as black people, it's just like, nah, bro.
I mean, I think it hit the message for the people in Kentucky.
This ain't it.
Just because it was happening. But
no, this ain't it.
I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, I love Charles. I want him to win.
Yeah, of course, we want him to win. But that ain't it. No, noose around your neck, bro. That's not. That's not hitting.
That's a little too bad.
Did we want to do? We haven't done a Karen of the week in a while. Did we want to?
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Play our Karen clip. You know what I'm saying?
This is such an interesting conversation piece right here.
It is definitely. It is an interesting
because the disassociation of it. What is this? Cognitive dissonance.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. Give me one moment.
Supremacy. Any white supremacists out here?
Identify yourself.
And this is a comedian of color, right?
Why would I not? It's fucking annoying as fuck.
What's that? No, hold on. Hear me out. I'm happy for your whiteness. Believe me, if anyone's defending it.
Saying that I'm not white, but they call me white.
Oh, I thought you were literally like, I'm not kidding. I really thought you were about to be like, I am sick of the white man's burden. And I was like, wow, that is too attractive of a voice that usually. No, it's fine. People think you're white. What are you?
I'm Italian and German.
Okay, you're white. Shut up.
Italian and German. It's like she's like, which are the whitest?
Yeah,
that's too good. I'm tired of people saying that I'm Latin American. What are you? Mexican and Colombian?
But I mean,
it's almost like he said, it's like it's too good. It's almost like there's no way that there are white people walking around like I'm German and Italian, therefore I'm not white. Is that a thing?
I'm European.
That's the thing.
There are a lot of Italian people out here who say like, I'm not white, I'm Italian. But it's like, when you look at the history
you're
of
spicy white.
Racial context, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, you're people.
You're white with red sauce.
It's like, I get it. So they had to fight to be described as white on paper.
Yes.
But it's like the fact still remains that you can check that box.
And you know what? I mean, because we even had a thing, because sometimes a Jewish person will say that, right? A Jewish person say, I'm not white, I'm Jewish. But that's that, just like you said, there was a time where maybe Italians weren't considered white, or Irish weren't considered white, and Jewish, not now. That time isn't now. You know what I'm saying? You're white.
That time is not now.
Now, does that not mean that there are people that discriminate against Italians or discriminate against Jews? That doesn't mean that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean you ain't, unless dad, you white.
I like to refer that to the elasticity of white supremacy.
Say that again? I can't.
The elasticity.
Thank you. Elasticity of whiteness.
And white supremacy, because people move in and out of whiteness.
True. True.
But to me, it's always funny how people are like, I'm not white, I'm European, or Irish, or I'm like, that's Caucasian.
Yes.
You were from the land of whiteness.
Fine.
The mountains in your land were called the Caucasus.
But I've always said that white people have a culture. And because they were so bent on saying I'm white and not Irish and not Italian, that they really co-opt and colonize so many other cultures. And it would be lovely if white people would go back to claiming their German heritage, their Irish heritage, their Polish heritage. Like, to me, I love going to the Greek festival. I love going to the pierogi festival.
Yes.
I love all the festivals that Pittsburgh has.
Absolutely.
Because they have a lot of different white people here.
Yeah.
And I want more people to lean into that.
Yeah, lean into that.
know?
You know what I'm saying? Lean into your whiteness, right?
That's what I would like.
Just don't lean into anything else.
Well, don't leave. And then acknowledge your privilege, right? Like the idea that, I don't want people calling me white. Like, why?
I mean, you want to have an Irish film festival or like Irish food festival?
100%.
Great.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go. Like, I'm not going to eat haggis. But I'm proud that I'm happy that you're eating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I might have something else from there.
Yeah.
You want to have an Italian food festival? I won't go.
I'll be there.
I don't like Italian food.
Love Italian food. We'll be there.
Beef.
Super same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
love pastas.
You might be like the one person.
I mean, sure.
Who doesn't like Italian food? I mean, we don't get in. We're obviously
going
to have like a food,
food
show. Obviously, yes. You know what I'm saying?
Politics of food. I mean, but it's true. But also, a lot of these people who claim that they're not white, their parents are white.
Yes, 100%.
Their grandparents are white.
Yes.
And they were
fought to be white.
To be white, and were lynching black folks and killing black folks. And I was talking to Mama Speaks, and she was talking about how in Pittsburgh, a lot of people would sell houses to black folks because they wanted them as a barrier, so that if people were lynching, black people got lynched first. If people were selling or setting fires to houses, black people. So there's a lot of stuff that has happened in our history, and so while I understand people want to identify themselves, there is a history and legacy of whiteness and white supremacy that people's parents and grandparents pushed out that they also have to reconcile.
And that happened in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's fucking
nuts. Yeah. So I mean, just accept. I mean, come on, you're Italian and German, you're white. I mean, come on, like stop it. You know what I'm saying? And then I know the sun is coming out. Please don't, white people, get a tan and go up to your black friends.
I'm almost as dark as you.
Yeah, I'm darker than you. I'm almost, please. Come on.
So how does that make y'all feel? I just
look, Miracle. We need a bully. We need a Miracle bully sound effect. Miracle was like, I don't know nothing about that. That has never been repeated to me. That sounds like light skin problems. That sounds like light skin problems to you, Miracle.
That is not what I said. I was sharing empathy.
Woo! The bully is back.
Oh my God, I was not even being mean that time.
Why don't we get into our white Farouk?
God, here we go.
Farouk is angry.
Yeah, he gonna be mad at me for another 2 weeks. I wasn't even being mean.
Farouk is gonna be like, Miracle pushed me to this Dr. Oz stage.
Because there was a black woman, this black queer woman
bullied me into my Trump support.
First thing I'm doing when Oz gets in the office, I'm getting rid of Black Pride. Black Pride weekend is gone. Gone.
Wow.
And I'm gonna say you can thank Miracle. Thank Miracle.
Let's go.
Remember Pittsburgh needs a miracle? Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that shit.
So, our book today, Letitia.
White pages hum.
Yes. Letitia Kai, Love and Justice, A Journey of Empowerment, Activism.
Wait, Love and Justice or Love and Justice?
Love and Justice.
Okay, I was saying, because I don't know if I want to love injustice.
Oh no, we don't love injustice. It's Love and Justice. And it's A Journey of Empowerment, Activism, and Embracing Black Beauty, Love and Justice. So,
Trouble, you got any more of those noisy love sounds on your computer?
Hey, we do need the little soundtrack to the Love and Justice. But this is a very, I like the book. The way the book looks is very nice. So, let's support Letitia Kai. Is that how it's pronounced? Hopefully.
I need to flip through.
Okay, it's pictures.
Are there pictures?
Oh, okay.
Pictures.
I love pictures.
Oh man.
So,
Oh shit.
but
dope.
she, as the
Dope
artist,
art. Oh, I like
she
that.
basically uses her hair to create images.
That's super hot. I like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like
Wow.
that.
Oh, that's nuts.
So,
That's
yeah.
nuts. Oh, that's powerful. Wow. Yeah.
Cool stuff. You know. So,
Damn.
yeah. Support your local bookstore.
Support your local bookstores.
Also,
Support.
I went and got stamps.
Oh, those are hard too.
I like
those
stamps.
stamps. Yes, and then our call to action.
Call to action is right now in Pittsburgh. We are having conversations about what our budget looks like. Our budget is a moral document, and you can go on to Pittsburgh OMB's page and submit public comment. You could attend some Zoom meetings. You know, we're fighting for housing, transportation, public safety, access, all these things. So make sure you go out and get your voice heard if you're in the city of Pittsburgh. There's a lot of budget things happening in Pennsylvania. So please, reach out to your elected officials, making sure that they are investing in people. You said communities are the safest or the communities that have the most resources, and those resources come through the budget. So please make sure you're contacting your elected officials because it's budget season. We're also outside.
I thought it was summer.
It is summer. Summer is here, but summer's also budget season.
Winter is coming.
Technically, it's still spring. It's not summer till the 21st.
Oh, okay, but winter is still coming.
Yeah,
The North remembers.
Yes,
The
sure.
Is the solstice, right?
and then I would also encourage people like call your congressman, senator, congressperson.
What if you hate
senators.
talking on the phone like me?
I mean,
Email.
you can email them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and then I did want to send some Black excellence. 20-year anniversary. Greatest television show.
Greatest television show of all time.
History.
My name
Don't
is
start.
my name.
The Wire.
Do not start. You know I hate
Price
that
of the
show.
bread going up.
You
The
know
Wire.
I hate that show.
Man,
Miracle,
listen.
I don't believe a light-skinned person had anything to do with the
First of
making.
all, let me tell y'all about The Wire. The Wire, y'all, oh my God, it's so amazing. All The Wire did was show y'all that white people are criminals too, and y'all like, oh my God, this is so groundbreaking. The Wire only reinforces negative stereotypes
what
and
stereotypes are those?
anti-blackness with the fact that black people are inherently violent and dangerous and unable to succeed and problematic when they get education. That is what it's no.
You're gonna have to give me a scene-by-scene breakdown.
The whole premise of The Wire
What's the whole
is
premise?
that these two white men are upset and irate that a black man outsmarted them and used the criminal justice system.
That's
to
not
get
the premise.
Yes, it is. Acquitted. Get
No,
this black
it's
man
not
acquitted,
the premise
and the
of the-
judge and
You
the
do-
police
wait,
officer
Miracle,
work together.
Miracle.
That is the whole
You do
premise.
realize, like,
That is
the
whole
person.
premise.
Wait,
of The Wire.
Miracle. I don't know. So you might not know this because obviously
I
you're
do
not a
know.
fan.
I watched
You
The
do
Wire.
realize
I read
that
the book.
person.
I listened to the
Miracle.
No,
You
that
do
is the whole
realize the
premise of it.
person who the character Avon Barksdale was based off of is on the show. You realize that?
Yeah,
like,
Melvin's on the show.
It's not like they hate this guy or upset about this guy.
Okay,
actually, the purpose of The Wire and what they were trying to show on The Wire, and if you look at The Wire is broken down into different segments, right? The Street Game was the first one. The second season was
the
like the
docs.
docs.
Yeah, the docs.
The
The white-
third
yeah.
season became the political conversation, politics. The fourth season was education, and the fifth season was journalism. And what he was trying to show, this is what makes The Wire such a revolutionary show. What he was trying to show was that none of these systems are reformable. That you cannot reform the street, you can't reform the docks, you couldn't, or like the working union piece.
Infrastructure.
You can't reform politics. You can't reform the educational system,
and you can't reform media.
and you can't reform the policing system.
Why?
Like his whole point was these all this stuff has to be blown up, and we have to start all over again. So it was like to say it reinforces like oh, white people are criminals. There's mad White People Are Criminal. We had Breaking Bad. There's mad White People Are Criminal 2 shows, but it was the first. See, I don't know if you know how it is. It's 20 years ago.
Oz.
20
Oz
years ago. Hold on. Wait. Oz don't support anti-blackness, but the Wire.
But the way y'all build up the Wire,
no, Miracle.
that is this groundbreaking show. I hate
what made it groundbreaking. Miracle. Now let me break it down.
It's one of the most well written pieces of.
What made it groundbreaking?
I be arguing with our actors on Twitter. You're not.
What made it groundbreaking, Miracle, is there's a phrase that has been introduced recently, and that phrase is called propaganda, right? And because, like, oftentimes this is how TV shows have made you think that the police were like inherently good, and the people that did crime were inherently bad, and that was the common narrative on TV shows. And The Wire actually showed a narrative where policing weren't inherently good, that actually, like, the police officers were, like, the policing institution as a whole was a corrupt institution from the ground up, and that the people that did crime, quote unquote crime, were not inherently bad, that there were people that had morals and had intelligence and they weren't inherently bad. And that was an alternative narrative to the traditional narrative that we saw in TV. See, Oz didn't really get into that, Miracle.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I know you like the brothers was, there was the brothers in the prison. And it was
Shots fired.
That was close to your gay porn.
Fired.
Miracle was like, I like gay porn, so I like Oz. Yeah, that was Miracle's whole logic.
I know you like people. Just because my friends are locked up doesn't mean I like people in prison.
But the Oz didn't have that analysis.
Gay porn, shots fired.
Although Oz was a decent show, it wasn't great. It got whack at the end. It was a decent
Oz had a
last
terrible
season
ending.
It was a decent show.
I do think that a lot of people think The Wire is more groundbreaking than it is.
But how is it though? Because
Miracle, don't you watch Korean soap operas?
Love it. I think the difference is when you grow up and you see things in real life.
Okay. Which we've seen.
We've
grown up and seen it.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I don't have that saying, like, oh my God, like this.
Well,
I see a judge is a liar.
The thing is,
a cop is bad.
Well, this is
I'm about to double team me right now. Like, calm down.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
No, Miracle. What I was going to say is,
I know that's your favorite show.
No, I've seen it. This is the thing, Miracle. Right? This is the thing. Like, we've seen it in our neighborhoods. But we never saw it on television and actually played out into a worldwide audience. And that's the thing. It's like when you finally see, like, okay, finally they're showing, like, the reality of how policing is. We're seeing it in the show right now. Same dude that made The Wire called We Own This City. Yeah. So it's like, wow, we actually get to see the real policing, not no made up cops or Superman and all the bad guys are bad and all the common narrative that you see in movies and television.
This is a separate show. This is a show
separate, but I still think it is a bastion of white supremacy because the people who were violently killed were black. The people who had moral problems at the end of the day that was inherent to them were black, whether it was the moms, whether it was families. Don't do that with me. I will come over there and we will be beasting.
Well, I mean,
turn it off.
We are Miracle.
But I'm gonna let you pop up to your
we
show.
We are in a.
It's 20th anniversary that you really love, and y'all can
We
rewatch.
are in a white supremacist society. But there were white people that were also violently killed. I mean, you had a whole white gang.
Join us next week.
You had a whole white gang that was cutting off heads and arms. Miracle, like, I mean, come on, man. Miracle.
I will disagree. You're not going to change. And I've watched this show like 3 times.
How you hate the Greek though? The Greek was the man.
I didn't say I hated the Greek.
No, the Miracle did.
Oh,
so yes.
Anyways,
they never caught the Greek. He was, and I'm not even Greek.
Come on, man. That's what made him thorough.
Come on, man.
But again, the whole premise of the show is it starts with the judge and the police officer being like, "This man, he keeps getting people off. They keep voting and acquitting him." Yes, if you go back and watch it, the first season, that's what starts everything. That is what starts it.
Oh yeah. That starts it. But that wasn't the premise of the show.
Because they did everything.
I can't get past that. I cannot get past that. Like,
you can't get past.
We're gonna do all this illegal, unconstitutional stuff because it's a black man outsmarting us, and how dare he do that?
But I think they were actually showing like how that's to me like I'm on season 2 in my rewatch, and what's dope about it is that a actual whole investigation starts because the police chief or major doesn't like a dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't any like big thing. He didn't like the dude. He thought the dude was an asshole. He wanted an investigation done. See, to me, that shows like this is how traditional policing is. It's not like somebody's getting all deep and wants to stop crime. He just didn't like this dude. And so, like you said, McNulty's character didn't like the fact that this black dude kept beating them in court. That's white supremacy.
So angry. And but that was don't talk about that fact enough.
His character was a guy. His whole character base was he thinks he's the smartest dude in the room. That was his whole character.
And that takes a terrible turn at the end.
He turns out to be like he actually turns out to
he's
like
his own undoing.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what I'm saying. So come on, Miracle, watch all 5 seasons.
I watch all 5. I've watched this show like 3 or 4 times.
We love Hate the Wire podcast will be coming up. Me and Miracle will be discussing every show.
That's my favorite.
We'll be discussing every show, starting with Steve.
But Oz is amazing, but it's very traumatic.
Did you want to start with?
Don't watch.
Do we want to do every show, Miracle, or do we want to do every season? Do we just want to do a quick 5 show?
We can do every episode.
All right,
we can break down every episode.
Wrap up.
Yeah. Sorry about that. All right, we're done. Bye.
Welcome to the whitest house. Slave souls haunt the halls when the light is out. Except the blood of the poor and the whip they mouth. The last gas of a world that is dying out. Welcome to the